All right, new at 10, take a look at this woman. She's a Summerdale city employee honored for a remarkable role in saving a woman's life.
Well, I'll say an elderly woman fell in her bathtub at her home. She was unable to get out or get help for about a week. Doctors say she likely wouldn't have made it another 24 hours unless help arrived, and arrive it did.
Yeah, it's a really great story. A lot of us were talking about this in our meeting today. Michael Warwick joining us with more on the story. Michael.
Lenise Byron, this really is an amazing story. The director of the senior center here in Summerdale says it was God's will that compelled her to ask the police chief, Kevin Brock, for help checking on 85-year-old Marge Malik. Chief Brock went to that home. Their efforts together, their gut feelings in this case, very well saved Malik's life.
When I opened the door to the bathroom and saw her laying there, it looked like she could have been deceased, but when I called her name, she opened her eyes. And when she opened her eyes, I knew we had her still.
The small town of Summerdale, the backdrop for a remarkable story of survival and community.
You do something for someone else and ask nothing in return.
85-year-old Marge Malik falling into a bathtub in her home, unable to call for help. Doctors say she likely stayed there in that tub for 6 to 8 days. The concern for Marge Malik's well-being began here, where she is a regular at the seniors' lunch but had missed several days. The director here, Karen Howard, knew that was odd, and after placing a couple calls that worried her even more, she took her concern a step further and visited Miss Malik's home. That's where she saw a week's worth of newspapers in the driveway and naturally feared the worst. That's when she placed a call to the police chief.
I kicked the door in, went through the house and found Miss Malik down in the tub in the back bathroom in the hallway.
Unaware at first if she was even alive, Summerdale Police Chief Kevin Brock called out her name.
A huge sense of relief. I mean, so many times we've answered these calls where it's turned out the other way. To have her look up at me was a relief and a blessing.
A blessing that Miss Malik's sister says is a miracle. Police honoring Karen Howard with a life-saving award this week, thanking her for taking her job at the community center a step further.
My mom had home daycare. My dad had an ambulance service, and when you just grow up in something like that, you just help.
It made a world of difference. I mean, it saved this lady's life. So we're real proud of her, and we honored her at the council meeting Monday night with a life-saving award, and she is well deserving.
Well, Miss Malik is recovering well. Her sister says she is in good spirits and just wants to thank everyone who's helped, who's visited following her horrible ordeal. She's had a lot of visitors at the hospital, very well liked in this community. Chief Brock and Karen Howard, they're hoping that this story encourages more people to check on seniors in your life or who live around you. We're live here in Summerdale tonight. I'm Michael Warwick, Fox 10 News.